Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome back to this edition of Bets and Buds. We're the Buds helping you cash your bets. I am Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We've got the Masters week this week here. We got baseball going on.
Do.
We got the NBA wrapping up. We've got NHL wrapping up. It's basically, we're in a full slate here going on, and then the draft. My favorite time of the season is the draft season here. So I had my first half of my mock draft that we're going to go over to today.
All
right. So yeah, let's just dive into it, brother. How you been?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
I'm good. Weather's starting to get warm again.
Yeah, but
hopefully
for right
it stays
now,
this way.
for right now, you know it's Missouri. We probably get another little cold stretch.
Probably
here.
another snow.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. All right, man. So let's go ahead and dive into this thing. Let's cover the Blues here first because they're toward the tail end of their season.
Yeah, they've got 5 games left in the season. Unfortunately, they lost the Avalanche last night after beating them Sunday. This team has a serious goal-scoring problem because Robert Thomas has scored your last 4 goals, possibly even 5. I'd have to go back to the game before that in a row. They're just not getting any secondary scoring. Somehow they're mathematically still alive for a playoff spot because everybody else is refusing to run away with it and take it. But their season's over. Effectively, the Avalanche said, go ahead and book your tee times. That'll save you from getting swept in the first round because that's who they end up playing anyways. And
but you didn't get your hit from Mason win there.
Yeah, no, that one's out. Yeah. So yeah, with 5 games to go on the season, the Blues sit in 7th place in their division. They are still, let's see, they've got 1, 2, 3, only 4 teams. They're sitting in 5th. Worst right now, so I mean they could still claim that number 1 pick. Maybe that could happen.
Let's go ahead and get
we
that
got
number
a chance.
1 pick, baby. Get that number 1 pick.
We would take it. The big surprise is the Buffalo Sabres have broken the 14-year drought.
Longest playoff drought right now. So I think who they say? I think it's the Jets now. They
have the longest playoff. In all the sports. Yes, I'd say in hockey it would probably have to be the Red Wings.
Yeah, it'd probably be the Red Wings, which is crazy.
Because it's been 9 years for them.
Yeah, how the mighty have fallen, man. They used to be a powerhouse all the time.
Yes. So, I mean, you've got 3 of the 8 in the West locked up, 4 of the 8 in the East. So, over these next couple of nights, you'll get your playoffs locked in.
We'll get our playoff view here.
So, by the time we talk next week, we will know who's playing who.
And hopefully they have the proper format back in place here, man.
It won't be this year, but
I know
hopefully
it won't be this year, but hopefully next year.
I
think enough people have spoken it. I mean, this shit is bunked the way they do it now. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the Cardinals here. The Cardinals are surprisingly set at 7-5 right now.
Yeah,
not in the basement of the division. The Cubs are actually in the basement of the division. You got the Reds are actually in first place right now.
8-3 Reds.
8-3 Reds are getting great pitching right now. Yep. The Brewers look solid like they did last year. I think they led up the major leagues in wins last year. So the NL Central actually has a competitive.
And the Cubs just lost their young pitcher yesterday. His season.
UCLA,
Horton.
Yeah, they had somebody else go on the IL too as well. I think one of the other pitchers. I think it was a reliever. I believe they went on the IL too.
Okay. So the Cubs. I mean, not to say they're in trouble. It's early in the season, but
I mean it's too early to for anybody. Usually it's Memorial Day is when you can kind of get a good feel for your baseball team.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where this Cardinals team has even 2 weeks from now, just to see if they can.
I like the young energy right now. They're up 6-1 right now against the Nats. So
if you come out of April with any kind of winning record, I think that's a positive.
Oh, that's a big time positive. I mean, you got these kids playing with young energy right now. They're playing light. They're like that. I think, and the person you're seeing the most of benefited from that is Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker's leading the majors in home runs. He only had 6 all last season, like we talked about before we got on here. And he's got 5
the season before that.
Yeah, he's hit in the like the last 4 games. I think he's homered. I mean, he's been.
Yep,
in cold. I mean, and he's played. Those were a couple of cold weather games. Right. Where he's taking the opposite field. So he's showing the power and the promise that he's pretty much came into the major leagues. And the kid's still young. I mean, this is 3rd season of majors, and he's 23 years old.
This is his 4th season.
4th season, yes. And he's only 23 years old.
He was a teenager when.
Yeah, he was 19 when they called him up. So so he's 23 years old now. 4th season of majors. So. Man, it's coming in his own right now.
The only thing I'd have to say so far, it's concerning. The pitching is definitely concerning because, this is your 13th start on the season now. You've had 3 quality starts out of your...
And I don't
and one of them was today.
Yeah, which McGreevy has actually looked good. Both of his outings that I watched, he's looked pretty good. Liberatore's been okay. He's been solid so far. So, I mean, hopefully his improvement keeps up on the uptick. But the one that concerns me is Dustin May.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, he has just gotten shelled each time that he's been in, and so that's my biggest concern with the Cardinals right now. And then obviously the bullpen.
His turn's coming back around, but man, I don't see a kid. Like I said, he might be this year's Kip Wells, where he's just going to take it on the chin.
Oh man, I mean it's been bad. I mean, and then you got Kyle Leahy's been just kind of so. So we'll see what happens.
Palante doing Palante. I think he'll have a great start, one start, and then look really bad the next start.
Right, exactly. But I mean, he's usually an innings eater, so that he has to have that.
The troubling thing is McGreevy's fastball velocity has dipped every start so far this year. He actually only got it up to 90 today.
Yeah, that's troubling. But I mean, as long as he keep pitching with his stuff and he's getting outs, I mean that's the main thing. This team's actually been a very good fielding team.
It has.
So if you get the ball put in play and they're getting outs, that's really all that matters. Sometimes being a strikeout guy, power guy, you end up throwing more pitches, and that's not beneficial to you.
No, it's not. I mean, we know the professor Greg Mannix.
Yeah.
A 9-inning shutout.
Oh, yeah. 89, like 80, 78, 86 pitches. It'd be like the craziest shit ever, man. So, I mean, so far so good, I think, as far as the Cardinals report. So,
for sure.
We'll see. They're in the ninth inning right now. So, I think they got, one
6-1,
out?
one out?
Yep, one out down. So, they're doing all right. 6-1 lead, 2-2 count here right now. Okay. So, we're looking good. All right, brother. So, let's go ahead and dive into.
Because we got draft next Friday, isn't it?
Next Friday. It's the following Thursday. Yeah, it's the following. So not this coming, not the next Thursday, but the Thursday after that. So we said it's the 23rd, I believe, is when it is. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so we got 2 more weeks here going out here from this Thursday. All right, so I go through my Jason's mock draft. Now these are not barring no trades. There's no trades at all. I'm going to cover the first 16.
This is what you think.
This is what they should do. What they should do. This isn't not necessarily what they will do. This is what I think that they should do.
Okay, I can guarantee you the Raiders are going to take a running back. No, I'm kidding.
There's not many running backs in this league in this draft here worth drafting this.
No, one that I can see.
I mean, there's 2. They both played at Notre Dame. All right, so for number 1, obviously, we're not going to cover this very long. Fernando Mendoza, he's going to go to the Raiders. They signed Kirk Cousins, so that's a big pick for him. So Fernando does have to rush his way into the offense. He can get into the scheme. He's got a guy, him and Kirk Cousins. They're like
it makes a lot of sense. Actually,
they're like bosom buddy nerd white guys, man. And I honestly, I'm going to say, Mendoza has a Hispanic heritage.
Yeah, he's Cuban, I think.
Yeah, he's Cuban, but I mean, he's. Well, he'd have to tell you he was Cuban and his name was Mendoza for you to think he was Cuban.
True. So, I actually like what the Raiders have done so far in the free agency and signing Cousins. There's no downside to that.
No, absolutely. I mean, and there's still some receivers on the free agency market still too as well. I mean, you still got Stephon Diggs out there. You've got who's that? Not that he would do anything that this day and age like of significance, but DeAndre Hopkins is still out there. Yeah. They got people like Odell Beckham, who they're talking about probably end up going back to the Giants. I mean, there's a couple of veteran receivers.
Really, he's still kicking around.
Oh yeah, he's still kicking around, man. But you didn't see him in that flag football thing that all the guys got embarrassed.
Well, flag football.
Oh, but when they had that challenge that they did, it was the fanatics thing.
I ain't watching flag football.
Oh yeah, I mean, but they got embarrassed, man. But they had the team all aligned all wrong. Okay. That's a story for another day. So the Raiders gonna go Fernando Mendoza. Number 2, I have David Bailey out of Texas Tech. He's an edge rusher that's going to go to the Jets. The Jets got to have a solid pick here. It's been the back and forth between Arvell Reese, David Bailey.
I seen Reese going to the Jets early in a mock draft they had earlier today.
I think David Bailey, just because he's more the proven pass rusher at this stage. Arvell Reese doesn't really have a lot of sacks on his resume. When you look at his comp, Arvell Reese's comp is a lot of Micah Parsons, but Micah Parsons did a lot more Micah Parsons things in college. Yeah, David Bailey has been a proven pass rusher because he was at Stanford, transferred to Texas Tech, and he was on a solid defensive line, and he got a lot of productivity from the sack stance. So I like David Bailey going to the Jets there at number 2. Number 3, this is an Arizona Cardinals pick. I like them going with Arvell Reese there.
All right.
They're gonna go through. Because you can stand them up. The Cardinals just wrapped up the victory there, so they're at 75 there officially. So that our St. Louis Cardinals.
Nice.
So they just wrapped up the victory there. I'll shut that down.
And I believe the Cardinals have 2 first-round draft picks.
Yes, they do. They have 2 first-round draft picks. So Arvell Reese is going to go there. I mean, he's an athletic freak. I mean, he's a stud. Him and Sonny Styles kind of blew away the combine with their testing, running in the 4.4 range, almost 4.5. 40-inch verticals, broad jumping at 11 feet. I mean,
and there's really no quarterback for the Cardinals to take there.
No, not that high. And the Jets and the Cardinals are 2 other teams that need a quarterback, but there's no other quarterback that has a grade high enough to take that high into the draft. I said my number 4 pick, I got the St. Louis kid for going to the Titans, Jeremiah Love. at running back.
Titans,
yes,
really?
I think he's going to the Titans. I mean, they got to help Cam Ward out because he's a great receiver out of the backfield. He's an explosive home run play waiting to happen if you give him any seam of light at all. And so that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Cam Ward, give another big player. Because, I mean, you got Tony Pollard there.
Yeah, it was Pollard last year, but who was the other kid that just never seemed to
Tajay Spears.
Yeah, Spears.
Tajay Spears. I mean, he was never – I mean, he's one of those running backs that you kind of – you plug him into your lineup.
He'll bounce around for a few years.
Yeah, he'll bounce around. He'll stay in the league for a while, but he's not going to be anybody of like any true significance there. So Jeremiah Love going to the Titans. I like that pick right there. I think that's going to have the most impact on that team. The next one I have is so here's where some of the names are going to get tough to pronounce. The Giants are going to take Francis Mayuga, or should take Mayuga out of the offensive tackle out of Miami.
See, I seen this one flipped earlier today where they had Mayuga going to the Titans and then the Giants actually taking Love. But that wouldn't make any sense to me there.
No, I don't see. I mean, a lot of people want the Love to go to the Giants just because, like, being in that big market and a high-profile player and everything, but I don't see that being a fit. I see the Tennessee kind of getting like a reincarnation of Chris Johnson, but a bigger version of Chris Johnson that has that explosivity. Because Jeremiah Love has a 2,000-yard capability within his skill set as a back. So Mayuga going to the Giants here at offensive tackle. They got to go. They
got to protect the kid.
They got to protect. They got to protect Jackson Dart, and they also got to overcome that Evan Neal failure. Because Evan Neal, when they drafted high out of Alabama a couple years ago, they got Andrew Thomas. They got Andrew Thomas on one side. They need no bookend tackles here to kind of solidify for Jackson Dart and the running game because they still like Scatterboo up there too.
So you think you could move Neal inside?
Possibly, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, right now, I mean, like the word that you hear around the NFL is, I mean, he just doesn't have that dog in him as far as like because you gotta think, man, like especially with the big guys, when you were a big monster your entire life and you're dominating high school kids, you're dominating college guys, and now you're in a league with all men,
and you're getting dominated,
like all men. Like I mean, you have to. You have to put in some work. Like, I was watching this video they were talking about with Julius Peppers, and, like, all these guys talking about, like, what a freak he was and how freakishly strong. Like, there was a tight end talking about how he had to block him. He's like, there was a play, man, where he took me down with one arm and literally picked me back up with his other arm. He was 10. His tight end was 250 pounds. Right. So I mean, like you're going against guys like that week after week after week after week, and if you don't have that true dog animal and the technique isn't sound, everything like that, it's kind of hard to play. It's
going to bust you down. Your confidence is going to come down.
Oh yeah, because for the first time in your life, you feel like a big baby back bitch. I mean, that's just not any other way of putting it. So that's number 5. Now this one right here, this is what I said, what I think should happen.
You think should happen.
So the Cleveland Browns are at number 6. I think Carnell Tate, the wide receiver out of Ohio State, he has the highest grade. Well, he doesn't necessarily have the highest grade, but he's probably the most sound receiver coming out of this draft here as far as can't miss. And Ohio State guys have been
generally well.
Yeah, I mean they're typically solid. He didn't run as fast as some of the teams would have liked, but I mean you don't necessarily have to be a burner. I mean you look at Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, they weren't burners per se, but if you're a solid route runner, you can catch. I mean he's got great hands. I mean
I'd say he's got the whole skill tree.
Yeah, he's got the whole package. I mean he can run every route on the route tree. He's got great hands. I think the Browns, if they're going to go, whether it be Shedeur Sanders
get him somebody to throw to,
or
besides
Deshaun Watson,
Fannin Jr.
Yeah, or Jerry Jeudy. Like that pair somebody on the opposite side with Jerry Jeudy, and you got maybe something to work with there. Because they got Junkins there, so they can actually have a chance to have a good offense.
I mean, Judy's not an outside guy, though. He's really not.
I mean,
he works better out of the slot.
He works better out of the slot, definitely for sure. And Carnell Tate, he's one of those that you can line up what they call an X, was a true outside receiver that they can pretty much play in one position. Then the next up, we got the Commanders here at number 7. I like Sonny Styles, who's like one of the biggest athletic freaks that was in this draft. Dude ran almost I think he was in the 4.3s damn near almost that he ran at 245 pounds at linebacker. I mean, he just stood out of Ohio State. I mean, big monster.
Him in that Dan Quinn defense.
Yeah. So you stick him in with Dan Quinn, where you move him around and you get him at number 7, because a lot of people were saying like if Jeremiah Love fell there, that's where he would go. But I don't think he's going to fall there, and I think Sonny Styles would be a perfect fit in Dan Quinn's defense there. He can play pretty much any inside position there. Next up here, we got the Saints at number 8. I like Reuben Bain, the edge rusher out of Miami. Reuben Bain.
Yeah, they've got to do something with that defense.
Yeah, I mean, because I think they hit the jackpot with Tyler Shuck.
They did.
They got Travis Etienne. Like I'm still trying to get used to saying that. They got him down here that he signed on free agency there. This is a very deep receiver draft, so they can find some receivers late. They need to help that defense out a little bit more, get some edge rushing there. So I like Reuben Bain out of Miami to go to the Saints. All right, next up we got the Chiefs up here. So a lot of people had like them going maybe wide receiver or something like that.
I've seen other mock drafts where Love has actually fallen all the way down to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't see him making it that far. I don't think there's any way he makes it past 5.
Okay.
I don't see any way he makes it past 5. So when I have the Chiefs going, I have them going with Spencer Fanu. Spencer Fanu, offensive tackle out of Utah. They got to solidify that offensive line. That's been a big rough patch for them.
Mahomes has kind of taken a beating last year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they got Kenneth Walker there, so you got to solidify that line and make sure that you get some dividends off of that high value
having a legit running back.
Yeah, having a legit running back. So you got to solidify that offensive line, which has been a big issue there because you can't have Patrick Mahomes continue to be your leading rusher. No. You just can't. And you also have to protect and have a good running game because what I've seen out of Kenneth Walker is when he gets predominantly the heavy load of carries, he gets hurt. I mean, but prior to last year, when he had to split carries with Zach Charbonnet,
the Chiefs, they're always going to bring in some running back.
Oh yeah, so that's and I think they still got Kareem
some
Hunt.
Veteran running. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's probably not going anywhere. He'll probably retire a Chief, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, you would think so. So they have Spencer Fanu at number 9 to the Chiefs. Number 10, I like Mansour Delane. That's a cornerback out of LSU. He's probably the top cornerback, in my opinion, in this draft here. So I think he's going to go to the Bengals at number 10.
Okay. They don't reach for a defensive end?
No, I mean, I don't think because I think the primary defensive ends that are there, because, I mean, it's also a deep end draft here.
Okay.
So, I mean, they got to get, like, as far as when you got the 10th pick, you got to get somebody that's like a plug-in starter from day one.
True.
And
they did reach on their first pick last year.
Yeah, and Delane, he's going to be a plug-in starter in that secondary right from day one. Number 11 here. This is kind of probably more of a controversial pick. This is just what I see happening. I've seen this mock him going to other places, maybe way later, sometimes in the middle. But Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC, going to the Dolphins.
No, I haven't even seen him in any of the first round.
Yeah,
mocks.
Mekhi Lemon at number 11 at wide receiver to the Dolphins. I like him as a something. He's a tough player. Makes all the tough catches. You got to give Malik Willis some weapons.
Yeah, he's got to have somebody.
Because I mean, besides Achane, I mean that whole Dolphins.
Well, that's where I've seen Tate making it down to.
Oh yeah, Cornell Tate. See, I think he'll be gone before then. In my opinion, should be gone before then. All right, so the next up, and I pray that this happens. Caleb Downs, probably the best defensive player. Like Guy said, when he first got to Alabama, they were already labeled as a freshman. He was a gold jacket NFL player. Instantly will change the Dallas Cowboys defense on day one here.
I like it.
He becomes a leader. He's a coach. He's played professional schemes all through college.
And we know they need help on that second.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, he's somebody that would get to make sure everybody's lined up properly. He's great in the run game. He's a good blitzer.
Okay.
I mean, I think you can't go wrong if the Cowboys can get Caleb Downs at number 12. Number 13, with Mekhi Lemon being taken away from the Dolphins here, I like Omar Cooper Jr., the receiver out of Indiana, going to the Rams here.
Really? To the Rams?
Yes, yeah, because, I mean, you got to go think. I mean, they pretty much the only need they have. I mean, their offensive line's okay. Defense is pretty good. They solidified their secondary with the corner position. So, for me, I like them to kind of get another weapon because Devontae Adams isn't getting any younger.
No, he's not.
Puka just went to rehab.
Puka likes to get hurt, too.
Well, not even just that. I mean, he went to rehab and different things like that. So, I mean, like you just got to kind of give yourself a thing. Give Stafford as many weapons as possible for them to go on a run. Because
this is Stafford's last year.
And the Super Bowl is in Los Angeles this year. So, hey, you get another playmaker there. I mean, Omar Cooper has shown he's tough at making big catches. He's got strong hands, great route runner. So I like he had 13 touchdowns too, so he knows how to find the paint. He had 13 touchdowns last year. All right, so the next up here, one of my favorite players out of the draft this year is Kenyon Sadiq.
Oh, Sadiq.
Yeah, tight end out of Oregon, going to the Ravens at number 14. Going to the Ravens because they lost Isaiah Likely.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews is getting a little long.
Getting old.
Yeah, he's getting long in the tooth, and they lost their other third-string tight end.
Where did Likely end up at?
He ended up with the Giants. He went to the Giants. Yeah, he went to the Giants.
I like that.
Yeah, so he's in the Giants there. Another guy that followed John Harbaugh over there. So I like Sadiq going to the Ravens there to be like that second tight end and maybe even taking over that first position.
I mean, he can block a little bit.
Yeah, he's more of a passing tight end, but he's a physical enough freak that if you need him to block, you can go ahead and get that out of him. So I like Sadiq going number 14. All right, so this next one here, this is an interesting pick here. This is number 15 pick with the Buccaneers. Jermon McCoy out of Tennessee. So he missed all of last season. He missed all last season with a torn ACL. But on his pro day, he ran a 4.38 40.
Okay.
I mean, he's a freak. He's got a 40-inch vertical. He was by far, like the year before, was the best corner in college football. In 2024, he was the best corner, hands down, locked down.
Bowl game or something?
I think it was towards the end of the season. I don't think it was a bowl game. I think it was end of the season. An injury that where he missed all of this season. They kind of rehabbed, got back healthy. So he's ready. He's got it clean. They've cleared all his physicals, everything, tested out well. So, I mean, Jermon McCoy is, I think, going to be the number one receiver, and the Buccaneers desperately need him on defense there, too.
Yes, they do. They
definitely
need him.
So I like Jermon McCoy going down there to the Buccaneers.
Okay.
All right, and this is one of my last pick here. This is one of those names that, like I said, I'm going to give it a go. Olave Vega Ione. I believe is how they say it.
Yeah, sure.
Olave Vega.
Better you than me.
Olave Vega. Ione. So he's a guard out of Penn State. Yeah, he's a guard. He's a road grading guard out of Penn State going to the Lions. The Lions have lost all type of offensive linemen between Taylor Decker, between what's the guy's name, Frank Ragnow.
They've taken a beating on that line.
Yes, they've taken a beat on that line. So I think they definitely got to solidify that interior line as much as they can, as much as possible. So I like them going with the guard out of Penn State. So that's my first 16. I will get my next 16 next week. All right, so let's go ahead and you got any bets for the Masters this week, Bobby?
Man, that's what I was just looking at right here. If I had to go with a 3-leg parlay to pick a top 5 for 3 guys to end up in the top 5, I am going to go Scheffler. We'll go McIlroy, and then I'm going to throw in just the craziest one. We're going to get a Brooke Koepka sighting this weekend.
You think Koepka?
So if those 3 finish in the top 5, that is plus 5,500. But I would say, you would have to look at DeChambeau or McIlroy or, Scheffler to win. I actually like
DeChambeau
was right on the edge right there last year.
Because here's my issue with Scheffler. Scheffler's been struggling with the swing here. He's got the kid. He just had the second kid. He's got the whole family down there.
Rahm's actually the second favorite at plus 900.
I like Rahm getting in there. So let me see. Let's see here. Because I had this down and I didn't put it down. So I like DeChambeau. I like Rahm when we're talking just top 5 finishes. And then give me Xander Schauffele. I like the way he's been hitting.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Xander Schauffele. So
what's that give you?
Let's see here.
That's a 3-legger.
Let's see. I gotta go finishing positions here. Top 5. So we got Rahm, DeChambeau, and Schauffele. Top 5. Oh, what is it?
Yeah, I'll make some top 5, top 10 bets, and then.
Oh, that's why.
Probably come Saturday, I'll have a better idea who's going to be in the week. Or after Friday, you have a better idea who's playing on the weekend, and then I'll pick a winner out of that.
Let's see. Oh, I lost my other bits. I had Rahm. Yep. So that's at plus 47.84.
Oh, yeah, that's a high one.
Yeah, plus 40. For a top 3.
Top 5.
Yeah, for
like
top
you
5.
could go 3-leg parlay on a top 5. It doesn't matter who you pick. You could pick the top 3 favorites, and it's still going to be up in the thousands.
So a $20 bet that pays off $9.56.
Right. Yeah,
so you know what? For 4 days of watching Masters golf,
it's always worth throwing some juice at.
I throw some juice at and possibly having an exciting Sunday where all wishing for is a top 5.
I bet the Cardinals today to win outright, go over 8.5. With Church and Wynn to have hits. Only 2 of the 4 happened, so...
And that's gambling, baby.
That is gambling.
That is gambling. Well, that's all I got for you. Anything in the world of MotoGP, Director Dave?
Nope, they've been off for 2 weeks because they were in America, last week. Or no, the weekend before.
They got
3 weeks off then. So, yeah, they'll be in Spain next weekend. We'll talk about it.
All right. Well, you guys can talk about it.
Yeah. What's his name's going for his 6th win in a row?
Wow, yeah. F1 on 2 wheels.
Yeah, but it's not the Marquez brothers this year.
All right, well, that's all we got for this week of Bets and Buzz. Shout out to Director Dave, keeping some of the 1s and 2s. Shout out to True on the Track for blessings for those beats. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, add to the comment section. I'm Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.